I pray to God to continue to keep me and the Jamaica Labour Party firm and strong. I pray to God to give me the energy we need to keep Jamaica and our people firm and strong. Stand up, Labour rights. Stand up for justice. Stand up for truth. Labour rights are proud of their party.
In the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, we shall have a victory. In the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, we shall have a victory. Jamaica, nobody for stone, nobody fight. Me did a be a labor right. No shaky boat because a woman will like. Me did a be a labor right. The river come down green, it's a pretty and bright. Me did a be a labor right. The way me love shower in a green, me baptize. Me did a be a labor right. Right now me nah worry about visa. Cause we have one of the greatest leader. Me nah run with go a foreign like Triple X and go deep grab a leg out a freezer. Bout ya fit on green like Tracina. I will say no we is freeze for the teachers. We have the prettiest women like Anne-Marie Vaz and sexy Venetia. In the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, we shall have a victory. In the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, we shall have a victory. Oh no, see center, my servant center. You know, St. James parameter. Our doctors did a use garbage bag. Yo, does you go on like you no member? No blessings that flow like river. Every bad prayer return to sender. Dr. Cole and Blair teeth drop out from when PNP never buy them no denture. In the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, we shall have a victory. In the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, we shall have a victory.
Good morning, Liberals, and good morning to all other comebacks watching this channel. Welcome to another episode of Political Hot Talk. I am your host, none other than the greatest Labourite alive. Good morning, my people. Good morning. Visual check. Audio check. When you tell me what I go and tell me if you not see me, tell me if you not hear me, tell me if I'm blurry. Yesterday live, I realized that certain bits of it was blurry in the morning live yesterday. See? And we had a few chips in it as well. Me always watch them over, you know, me always listen to it fully. See? So, when I hear me, alright, cool. Now, we are going to talk about the constitutional reform this morning. Also, we got a few other topics on the agenda this morning. Now, a couple of days ago, I would have played a clip from Desmond Mackenzie, where Desmond Mackenzie outlined that that monies was sent to the municipal corporation. Yesterday, there was a clip of Robert Nesta Morgan saying that money was sent to the municipal corporation across Jamaica. Now, I want you guys to listen to this. We're going to listen to a clip that we listened to the other day, and then we are going to contrast it to a new clip that we have. Listen to this.
Municipal corporation has descended into chaos. At the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation, funds meant for community projects were diverted to pay salaries instead. Some councillors say they haven't received their allocations since April. The CEO even admitted she can't access the corporation's bank accounts, and no one will explain why. Meanwhile, the corporation reportedly owes over $32 million in unpaid food and security bills, and the $10 million set aside for water distribution was shared unevenly across divisions. When questioned, the PNP deputy mayor blamed the local government ministry, then abruptly ended the meeting and
we have a pack show this morning. We soon roll out the shout out. Make your life go and build up. See? Because people are complaining that they not get no shout out. So sometimes when I do a shout out them early, some people get left out. So make it go and build up and then we're going to roll out the shout out. And don't worry. See? Listen to this.
Out. To make matters worse, the PNP mayor, Norman Scott, didn't even show up. This is what happens when the PNP controls local government. Mismanagement, missing money, zero accountability.
The issue came to a head after JLP councillor for the Troja division, Robert Grandison, questioned why some of his staff had been denied their allocations despite being told the money was available for pickup. That question prompted a call for the municipal corporation's chief executive officer, Marvelyn Pitter, to give account. Minority Leader Theresa Turner Flynn echoed the councillor's concerns. She also raised the allocation issue, emphasizing how long councillors have been waiting for their funds.
There's no allocation here and there's July. 65.6. You need to know. 62 something came by July. And the councillor
62 something came in July. See? 62 point something million came in July. You don't hear that? You don't tell me if you don't hear so I can pull up, you know. You don't tell me if you don't hear that. Because there's a point that we're driving at. Right? So don't tell me if you don't hear that. If you don't hear that, we move on. And if you don't want to hear it again, we pull up it. See? You know, talk to me now. Talk to me in the comment section. You tell me if you don't hear when she said that. Alright. Alright. So, listen to this now. After this, we go to the morning shout out. Listen to this.
Norman Scott, Chairman of the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation and the Mayor of Spanish Town. And I'm speaking from the National Caucus of the PNP of Councillors. And we wish to categorically refute.
Norman Scott, what's that me? I think we could read. Norman Scott, what's harming my paper? Anyway, we listen.
Recent statement made by the Honorable Nestor Morgan, Minister of Works, and I think it is climate change. He's claiming that funding was sent to the municipal corporations in a press conference this morning. And I want to make it absolutely clear that all the municipalities that we have checked, the latest funding that they have gotten are, in some instances, the latest being August and some as late as July. So this statement that the minister has made, we want to refute it. We want to make it absolutely clear that the municipal corporations have not received any such fund.
So, the chairman of the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation, which is Norman, is saying that they receive funding in Wednesday, July and August, latest, as late as August. See? Somebody else said they received 60 odd million in June. Right? So they would have got funding in June, July, August. See? Why is it that? Being that we are almost at the end of the hurricane season, those fundings that they got, what were they used for? We'll continue to listen. We're going to do a shout out after. We'll continue to listen.
So, Mayor, in terms of preparation for the hurricane in that event, how are you coping since no funds have come to the council?
Well, we have to be just using, and I want to make it absolutely clear in answering that question, because the funding for August that we received has to be used to pay the allocations for councillors that are outstanding, work that have already been done. And so the council is extremely strapped at this moment, at this particular time, for resources to
with, you know, questions that is going to be friendly to the PNP. Anyways,
deal with this impending system. We are expecting and we are hoping that, as the minister have stated, that the PRF for September should be used for drain cleaning. And
so now listen to this now. Remember me telling you, say they get PRF, but they also have emergency funding that they can access for emergency. Now if there's a hurricane coming and drains need to be clean, and there's a hurricane coming and drains need to be clean, would you not classify that as an emergency? Somebody tell me. Listen to
so we are hoping that those funds will be sent to us very soon so that mitigation works can be.
persons are saying they're not hearing, guys. And tell me if you not hear me. Tell me if you not hear, guys. That is very important. We must allow everybody to hear. So tell me if you not hear me. If anybody else have issues, if you not hear me, come out of the app and go back in. See? So most people, some people are saying they're not here. So if you're not hearing, come out of the app and go back in. We have pause until you come. Some people are saying me in and out, some are saying they're here. But most people are saying them are here. So maybe a phone or internet. Alright, let's go.
Done in order to be prepared for this impending system.
I remember Minister Mackenzie, make a statement probably about a week or so ago that the parish councils have some funds. I think is 4 set of funds where they can go ahead and use without any approval from the Minister of Local Government.
No. What he said is that the councils have own source funding, and I will just want to. I think he named 13 to be exact in his statement, but I just want to make it absolutely clear that these own source funds that the councils have in their jurisdiction, it's a peanut. It's a peanut, and in some cases it can't even help in making the salaries for those persons that are employed in these various areas.
Well, may I help us to understand, during times of disaster like what we're experiencing now, isn't there some emergency funding that government has that they usually disperse to, say, parish councils and so on to help with the whole preparation aspect of things?
Well, I can't speak for central government. I can only speak for the local authority. That under the PRF system, there is a fund that is called the SGR, which is in effect an emergency fund.
And that has not been paid over to you?
I can't say it's not paid over to us. It is a fund that is kept at the council, but you have to seek permission from the minister in order for it to be expended.
So, if according to them, they don't get funding and hurricane come and they have the SVR, why not ask the minister to grant them permission to use the emergency funding because drains need cleaning and hurricane come? You know, see how them people are terrible. So they have June, they have July, they have August money because the council, like them are saying in our first clip, so them not receive no funding from them the time there. See, but he said that they got money June, July, and August. So where their money they gone? Why they not use it? You know, see how them people are terrible. You know, see them people are terrible. In one cases in June, they received 60 odd million in that municipal corporation. Down at Westmoreland, In August, they received 74 million or 75 million in that 1 month. Where their money they there? Where they gone? The way how the money works, my people. See? You will get January money in February. February money in March. March money in April. This is how it works. See? So they have their own source of funding can back them up in case of any shortfall. This is why they operate it like that. These people are a set of charlatans, my people, and then come to tear down the nation and they hear me want to know. Anyways, let us move on into something different. Now we're going to get to the constitutional reform laws. See, some good news for us this morning, right? Some great news. I want to listen to this.
$9 billion, who is actually making profit. Welcome to episode 122. Today, we are analyzing the, well, really fascinating and honestly kind of dizzying financial performance of Jamaica's main international airports. We've got a stack of documents here.
Roll out the shout out, my people. My name remember. Sorry. Mama Danro, good morning. Good morning to my beautiful wife. Good morning, baby. Melody, big up yourself. Marcia, big up. Michelle Thousand, big up. Beverly Clark, big up. A. Hutchinson, big up. Mark Nemad, big up yourself. UN, big up, you know. Maserati, big up yourself, sir. Karine, big up. PB, big up yourself. Hold on, somebody might have get hidden a while ago by accident. Verdlin, big up yourself. Arlene, big up yourself. Mara, big up. Sylvan, big up. Jerome, big up yourself. Lifestyle Politics, big up. Craig, big up. Elaine McClarty, big up yourself. Verona, big up. Anita Earlford, good morning. George, Lisa Hall. Charlene, big up yourself. Who else is here? Let me skip a bit. Charlie, Charles, big up yourself. Charles Marston. Sorry. Carlin, Bernard, big up yourself. 876 JK, big up. Freestyle, big up yourself. Winford, big up. Tanya, big up yourself. Nads, big up. Gretchen, big up yourself. Larry, big up yourself. Caroline, big up yourself. Good morning to my beautiful mother-in-law. Good morning, mommy. Father Dark Night, big up yourself. Winford, big up. Bertie, big up yourself. Who else is here? Eagle, big up yourself. Eagle. Dwight, big up yourself. Susan, Jamaica, where we live, big up yourself. Hope Taylor, big up. Good morning. Dalian, big up yourself, my boss. Mama Winsome, Nemacha, good morning. Scroll again. Janet Green, good morning. Scroll. Be a comment or no comment. Diana Eckerston, good morning. Big up yourself. Corinne, good morning. Let me see who I'm gonna call it. Monica Camber, good morning. Craig, I remember if I call her, good morning. Howard, big up yourself. Delroy, big up yourself. The phenomenal one, big up yourself, good morning. Kevin Liston, big up. Caitlin, big up yourself. Kenisha, bro, big up yourself. Rice, Spencer, big up yourself. I see another Michelle, good morning, Michelle. Mama Rose McCullough, good morning. Glasmin, good morning. Lana Hudson, good morning. Sleepy Time, good morning. Dina Monroe, good morning. Father Victor, good morning. See, I believe that is it. If you don't hear the name, apologies. Good morning. Waldemore, good morning. Norma Taylor, good morning. So let's get into it, my people. Now listen to this. We'll pull up your liquor.
Jamaica's airports just made $9 billion. It was actually making profit. Welcome to episode 122. Today, we are analyzing the, well, really fascinating and honestly kind of dizzying financial performance of Jamaica's main international airports. We've got a stack of documents here, thanks to one of our listeners, mainly looking at reports from the operator, Grupo Aeroportuario del Pacifico.
GAP, right, GAP, exactly. And we're also pulling from analyses Jamaica Observer, which often cites figures from the Ministry of Tourism here in Jamaica. And our mission really is to get behind those big numbers. We want to look at the huge revenue figures, sure, but also figure out who the best players are. And maybe most importantly, what does this whole financial picture tell us about where Jamaican tourism infrastructure might be heading?
You really can't ignore the sheer scale of the money involved. I mean, just look at the two big international airports, Sangster in Mobay and Manly in Kingston. Together, they brought in roughly US $60.64 million for GAP.
Just in Q3 2025 alone?
Exactly. Which, for context, is around 9.67 billion Jamaican dollars.
So in just 3 months, in 1 quarter, our 2 international airports brought in 9 point something billion dollars, my people. See? So
9 billion JMD in 3 months.
Hmm.
That's just staggering volume.
It absolutely is. And when you see that kind of volume, you immediately need to pinpoint, the workhorse. GAP runs both, yes, but the Montego Bay Airport, SIA, that one's operated under MBJ Airports Limited, and it is without doubt the star.
The main engine.
Definitely. JDP's own reports show SIA alone made up over 11% of their entire company revenue in 2024. So Montego is critical financially and strategically for their whole operation.
Okay, so let's zoom in on SIA's Q3 performance then, because that's where that huge volume. The sources say SIA saw revenue jump 9%, hitting $1.46 million for just 1 quarter. And that growth was tied directly to just more people passing through.
Pretty much, yeah. More passengers processed. And critically, most of that revenue falls under what they call aeronautical services.
Okay, aeronautical services. What does that mean for us?
Right. For you listening, think of it as the core charges. Fees related to the plane itself, like landing fees, bridge fees, and those really important passenger fees. That category alone, just from Montego Bay, went up 9% to US $26.25 million. So the passengers themselves are quite literally driving the income stream.
And underpinning all these numbers, there's the currency factor, which is also really important here.
Precisely. Both airports get well over 2/3 of their revenue in US dollars.
Oh, okay.
Which gives GAP incredible stability in the local market.
Yeah.
That's a massive plus for any international operator.
Sure.
And the reason SIA is so dominant becomes crystal clear when you look at the tourism map itself. SIA handles over 70% of all tourists coming into Jamaica.
70%. Wow.
Yeah. And it fits perfectly with the fact that, 88% of the island's hotel rooms are right there in the Montego Bay area.
Right.
So that airport isn't just like an entry point. It's the main logistical hub for the whole island's tourism economy.
Okay. So we've got big revenue, US dollar stability, SIA driving things. Now, the puzzle. Revenue's great, but who's actually keeping the profit? Let's try and unpack GAP's financial health based on this Q3 report, because this is where it gets a little complex, maybe even contradictory.
It really does. Because when you look at the financial statements, you see that running these massive airports is actually getting more expensive.
How much more?
Operating expenses across both Montego Bay and Kingston shot up significantly. We're talking 22% higher in Q3.
22%.
Yeah, that translates to about US $10.24 million more in costs just for that quarter.
And what's driving?
So let me just ask if Mark Golden and the PNP supporters are saying that Jamaica has gone to the dogs, and I worse them ever say Jamaica, and poor people are suffering in Jamaica, and people are suffer, and people hungry. How comes now in the last 3 months? And this is directly related to crime being under control, murders being under control. How comes we are seeing a massive influx in just 3 months? Everybody want to come to Jamaica now all of a sudden. Where they want to come? They want to come see the sufferation we are going down there. That do not tell me. How comes everybody will flock to Jamaica now? And Jamaica so terrible. Jamaica live chip out a while ago, guys. Me see that. See? How comes all of a sudden everybody are flocked to Jamaica now? And Jamaica is the worst place on the earth, according to the PNP. How comes? Anyway, we continue to listen. PNP not like good news, by the way, my people. And then they hear good news, then catch diarrhea.
Just for that quarter.
And what's driving that jump? Is it just inflation or?
It's a few things, according to the reports. Higher depreciation charges, necessary improvement costs, and higher concession fees.
Concession fees. Remind us what those are.
Sure. Those are basically the payments GAP, the operator, makes back to the Jamaican government for the right to, lease and run the airports.
Got it. So the cost of doing business went up.
Exactly.
But, okay, costs jumped 22%, yet Montego Bay, SIA, still managed to slightly increase its operating profit by 1.7% to US $13.17 million. That feels counterintuitive. Does it mean the passenger volume or maybe the fees they're charging are just growing even faster than costs?
Well, volume is powerful, certainly. But look what happens when we combine the two airports, SIA and NMIA, together. The overall operating profit for GAP's Jamaican segment actually jumped 11.5% compared to Q3 the year before, reaching US $23.04 million.
Okay, 11.5% operating profit growth. But here's the number that really jumps out, the headline figure. Net profit for the Jamaican operations. So the money they actually clear after everything, that apparently shot up by a massive 36%.
36%, hitting US $38.25 million.
That kind of year-over-year growth is, wow, it's staggering.
It really is an explosion in net profit. But hang on a second.
Yeah.
We just said expenses soared 22%. How on earth does GAP pull off a 36% net profit jump while taking that big cost hit?
Exactly. That's the contradiction, isn't it? It sounds like they made nearly $40 million more in net profit, but somehow got less efficient at running the actual airports.
Well, it means we have to look a bit deeper. It's specifically at the margin. The operating income margin, which is, the pure measure of efficiency before stuff like interest payments gets factored in.
Okay.
That actually went down. It declined by 200 basis points for 2%, ending up at 43.3%.
So even though the total profit dollar amount went way up,
their actual operational efficiency took a hit. That cost pressure we talked about, it's definitely biting. The only reason that net profit number looks so incredibly good is likely down to, favorable non-operating adjustments or maybe tax effects.
And speaking of things outside direct operations, wasn't there a hit related to currency stuff too?
Yes, that's right. Despite getting most revenue in stable US dollars within Jamaica, GAP still reported a decline in something called comprehensive income by 6.2%.
Comprehensive income.
Okay.
Break that down.
It's a bit technical, but think of it as broader than just net profit. It includes things like unrealized gains or losses. And the dip here was apparently due entirely to foreign currency translation losses.
So not money lost running the airports day to day.
No, it's more like money lost on paper when GAP had to convert their Jamaican earnings, which are mostly in USD, back into their home currency, Mexican pesos, for their global reports. It just shows the kind of, background risk in multinational operations.
Okay, let's pull back from just Q3 then. Look at the bigger picture for the year so far. January to September, the first...
Open all this, nobody take what them say as bad news. Earnings have gone up for our government. What government I get for them money. They just dish out what really happened, but don't listen. See?
9 months? What's that longer trend show?
The 9-month view definitely confirms the huge revenue stream. Over those 3 quarters, the Jamaican airports generated a total of US $178.14 million.
Wow.
And SIA, Montego Bay, is still the powerhouse. Its 9-month revenue grew 14.6% to US $126.25 million. And overall operating profit for the whole Jamaican segment, up almost 20%, 19.7% across those 9 months.
That's solid growth, really robust revenue numbers. But if we connect that revenue back to the actual number of people flying, the passenger traffic, we see something a bit odd, right? Especially at Montego Bay.
This is where we shift from the financials to the physical reality on the ground. Now, Q3 traffic at SIA was up 7.7%. Looks great.
Yeah, sounds good.
But the sources are quick to point out that the previous year's Q3 was hit hard by Hurricane Beryl. So it's kind of an easy comparison to beat,
Okay, so smoothing out that hurricane effect, looking at the full 9 months, yawn to September, what actually happened to passenger numbers in Mo Bay?
They actually dipped slightly. Montego Bay's traffic over the full 9 months was down 1.3%, came in at 3.85 million passengers.
Hold on. So fewer people actually used the main airport over 9 months, but the operator saw revenue jump nearly 15% and operating profit almost 20%.
Yep.
Okay, the takeaway there seems pretty stark then. It looks like GAP, the operator, has really prioritized pricing power, fee hikes over just growing the sheer volume of passengers.
Absolutely. Getting that kind of revenue and profit growth, even when traffic at your main hub is flat or slightly down, it tells you they're relying more on getting higher fees per passenger. Maybe they're future-proofing revenues, or maybe they see limits to just how much more traffic Mo Bay can handle easily.
Interesting. Because the other airport, Kingston's NMIA, tells the opposite story on traffic, doesn't it?
It does. NMIA in Kingston actually saw pretty strong growth. Traffic there was up 6.3% over the 9 months, hitting 1.09 million.
So that is not actually what happened, my people. So here what happened. Because they were doing some work at Sangster International Airport earlier on in the year. We had some flights that was diverting from Montego Bay to Kingston. See? So that is why Kingston is up. But it balanced out. See? This is why Kingston took in more traffic last quarter than this one. See? Than Montego Bay. So that is what really happened. But we continue to drill through it.
Passengers.
So Kingston's growing its user base, while Montego Bay, despite being the main tourist gateway, is basically flatlining on passenger numbers long term, but making more money per passenger.
That's the split we're seeing. It's a really interesting dynamic to watch. Just as a side note, MBJ's concession for Montego Bay was recently extended by another year out to March 2034.
Which signals they're definitely in it for the long haul there.
Oh, for sure. A major sign of long-term commitment.
And that commitment brings us neatly to the future, right? GAP isn't just banking profits now. They're making some massive long-term investment plans.
They certainly are. The reports detail a really significant amount, US $203.30 million committed for investment.
$200 million.
Yep, specifically to improve both airports between 2026 and 2030. That kind of spending requires a lot of confidence that the financial returns will justify it.
Which leads directly to the rates they charge passengers.
Exactly. It all ties together.
And they've got that certainty locked in, haven't they? GAP got approval recently for new aeronautical rates covering that exact same period, 2026 to 2030. This must be why they're so confident about spending that $200 million. They know how they'll fund it and make a return.
That's the business model in action. And the approved rate hikes are pretty substantial and, interestingly, quite different between the two airports.
How so?
Well, for Montego Bay's SIA, the main tourist hub, the rates are set to increase steadily from US $17.38 per passenger in 2026 up to US $19.07 by 2030. A manageable increase keeps it competitive.
Okay, about $1.70 increase over 4 years. But Kingston's increase is much steeper, even though it handles fewer tourists overall.
Way steeper. The rates for NMIA in Kingston are approved to go from US $38.18 in 2026.
Which is already double Montego Bay.
Right. And it's set to climb to US $60.10 by 2030.
$60 per passenger.
$60.10. Yeah.
That's a huge jump. What's the thinking there? That's over a $20 increase per person in just 4 years. For a family flying out of Kingston, that adds up fast.
It really does. Nearly an extra $100 just in airport fees for a family of 4. That kind of hike needs serious justification beyond just standard inflation or paying for upgrades, you'd think.
Is it sustainable? I mean, if MoBay is charging under $20 and Kingston's charging $60, doesn't that make Kingston look incredibly expensive, especially for Jamaicans or business travelers not going to the resorts?
Well, the report suggests GAP management is very bullish. Their CEO, Raul Revolta, apparently said on an earnings call they're really optimistic on the long term for Jamaica. They're pointing to expected increases in hotel rooms, bringing more tourists overall. They're betting big on continued growth.
So, as you guys know, the airports are run by external companies. However, Jamaican government gets royalties and profits are up, my people. Between the two airports, some 9 point something billion were made in just 1 quarter. That is really, really good, my people. The Christmas season is coming. And if they made 9 billion in the last quarter, see? So between December, January, February, March, we're going to see, I believe, an even bigger jump in profits in air travel. See? We know that right after that quarter, we have the Easter. People normally come home for Easter as well. See? So, the government has prioritized long-term growth. They are pumping in some money into the airports and they are getting their return. So, all in all, don't think about all of that what they say. See, we just want to hear that because PNP like we think say, you know, we just want our government look good only. There are factors in there that will affect you, you know, like price hikes. It's definitely going to affect me and is affecting me. See? But all in all, it is a good look for Jamaica. More people are coming into Jamaica. And if we can make $9 billion in just 3 months, just imagine when we fix all of these things in our country. And that is what the government have been saying. PNP never have no interest in fixing these things, especially crime. When you see them in a house of parliament, they can't even obey a standing order. They can't even follow rules in the house. I wanna think they would do. When time they put them surrogates them for running police and running in military and run all sectors of society, wanna think would happen. See? But anyway, we continue to dole out the information, and that is good. Now, let's move to the meat of the matter why we are here this morning. I know we can't reach 100 thumbs up, my people. Life gone almost half hour. I know we can't reach 100 thumbs up. What happen? I'm going to spring to your phone and bite out some of the neck ching. Eh? Listen to this, my people. You know, something.
At the same time, it accepts the Caribbean. Opposition leader Mark Golding has declared that he will not back down from his position that Jamaica must become a republic. At the same time, it accepts the Caribbean Court of Justice, CCJ, as its final appellate court. Mr. Golding reaffirmed his position on Tuesday during a media briefing held at Gordon House. But the opposition leader suggests exploring other areas of constitutional reform outside of statehood. Mahiri Stewart tells us more.
Not while I am opposition leader. Mark Golding says he will not divorce the issue of the Caribbean Court of Justice from the country's Republican push.
Any chance that the opposition will divorce the two?
No, not while I'm leader of the opposition. That will not happen. I believe that the first order of business is to secure access to justice for the people of Jamaica who have been deprived of it for over nearly 200 years. You know, since the court, their final court, was across the Atlantic Ocean in a foreign capital that has nothing to do with us. And we believe that it's vital that we ensure that the government allows full decolonization now.
The opposition PNP withdrew from the Constitutional Reform Committee earlier this year after party leader Mark Golding criticized Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness for not stating his position on the country's final appellate court. But with the Prime Minister now stating his preference for a local final court, Mr. Golding says his party remains unmoved in its demands. He's suggesting the political leaders move to other areas of potential consensus outside the current impasse.
The last thing I heard from the Prime Minister, which took me somewhat by surprise, was in the debate when he said that they were in favor of establishing a final court, particularly here in Jamaica, which, for reasons that I probably won't go into now, we don't think is a viable approach at this time. And so, you know, I'm saying to the Prime Minister, listen, you know what our position is. It's a position that we have articulated forcefully for some time. And, you know, let us see what other areas of reform are possible so we can at least achieve a more accountable government, for example, a more effective parliament, and that sort of thing. You know, and let's get some forward momentum going on things that matter to the wider public. If we can't agree on the decolonization,
Prime Minister Holness has invited Mr. Golding to have one-on-one dialogue on constitutional reform. But Mr. Golding says as things stand, there seems to be little room for progress on the key issues of the Republic and the final court. He's left the door open for other discussions to take place when he sits with the Prime Minister.
But yes, we would like to have initiating discussions. I would like to have an initiating discussion with the Prime Minister on the approach to constitutional reform, form of consultation that will take place, and how we will avoid some of the pitfalls and errors that were made the last time around. And to see what areas of consensus can be agreed so that we can at least make some progress, even if we can't make progress on every issue. And I would be more than willing, and in fact, in light of what is happening now, we will have to raise issues to do with how the parliament's been at those talks if and when they take place.
Mahiri Stewart for Nationwide News.
Meanwhile,
so for those who don't understand what is going on, let me explain something to you. The Privy Council have been Jamaica's final appellate court for the last 60 odd years. During the Patterson government, every time PJ Patterson did something that was detrimental to the health of the Jamaican people, Edward Siaga would take him to the Privy Council, and the Privy Council would rule against PJ Patterson that it is unconstitutional. Every time Mark Golding brings Andrew Holness to the Privy Council rule against the PNP, that what the PNP is saying the government has the right to do it. Now, as long as I know Andrew Holness is a leader that follows the law to the T. See? What the PNP did in PJ Patterson's time, because they could not buy out the Privy Council, and because they could not have their people in the Privy Council to sway decisions, they decided, along with few of their comrade brethren in the Caribbean, that they would conceptualize a Caribbean Court of Justice. See? So, whatever comrade was running Trinidad, I believe Barbados, and a few other countries in the Caribbean, they decided that they would conceptualize the CCJ. Here is the kicker now. A lot of these Caribbean countries that decided to form the CCJ, a lot of them did not have their own law schools. So what they would do, because we and Britain practice the same law, much like them, because they were former colonies of Britain as well. So we have the same layout of laws. See? They can be interpreted as the same in Britain. We got our law book from Britain. The laws that we teach in schools, they're from Britain. Right? So because a lot of these countries did not have their own law schools, they would come to Jamaica, to the Norman Manley Law School in Jamaica. So all of these people who is coming together now with PJ Patterson at the time to form the CCJ, they have all studied law at the Norman Manley Law School. Wanna tell me if you don't see no problem in that? Wanna make me know now if you don't see where the issues may be in that. Because these are all people who have associated and is affiliated with each other. So what will happen should we move to the CCJ? These people might be, friends of PJ Patterson and the PNP, because PJ Patterson has pumped millions of dollars in helping to farm the CCJ. So if he had pumped millions of dollars to farm the CCJ, can you not see where the problem might lie in the CCJ? It might not be prudent for a JLP government to move to the CCJ because they would be affiliated to the PNP because of the PNP help farming. We already see that with the Integrity Commission in Jamaica, where we place persons in there that should be bipartisan and they are partisan. So that is where the issue lies. So it is better we stay with the Privy Council, who we know does not have any affiliation with PNP or JLP. Better we stay with the Privy Council until we can work out for ourselves after the Republic. Okay, we will move our court, our final court, to the Supreme Court of Jamaica then. Let's say that. That is what the Prime Minister said to him. The Prime Minister never said, we're not going to left Privy Council. And he never said, we're not going to CCJ. He's saying, let us work through the issues because we cannot just make up things as we go along. We have to do it in stages. That is a recipe for disaster. That is what the Prime Minister is saying. We can't just jump ship, so. We have to put in the building blocks in place. Why not just gain independence and over, say, a period of 5-10 years, we move our final appellate court on the island? It's plain as simple as that. It don't need to be either or. So Mark Golding is trying to hold the Jamaican people at ransom by saying, we have to move, go at the CCJ, else him not agree to Jamaica getting independence. This man here, this man is telling us, black Jamaican people, that he will not help us to gain independence unless we move to the CCJ. No, I don't want to go to the CCJ as a Jamaican, and I would have a vote. You would have a vote. Do you want to go to the CCJ? Let us be fair now. So all of the PNP that is here and all of the Labour right that is here, we take a poll now. Yes for CCJ and no to CCJ. We now go ahead. The nose have it, my people. The nose have it. The nose have it. The nose have it. And by the way, if you look at the Vibes Cartel case, and Vibes Cartel is a PNP. Vibes Cartel had his evidence tampered with. Even with those things in any normal functioning democracy, they would have to throw out the case. Even the bit where one juror was found, see, to be taking money to corrupt the other jurors. That would have caused for a mistrial in many other countries. Instead, Jamaica justice system went ahead with it and carried out a miscarriage of justice. That is a miscarriage of justice, you know. And had it not been for the Privy Council, Vibes Cartel would have dead at prison. So, we can't trust the system yet. The system is not ready. Remember, you know, they tampered with the phone evidence and everybody believes Vibes Cartel guilty. Everybody. See? But the very fact that the police went and used the phone, that the phone they could have used again in England or America. The juror, when the juror was found to be paying money to other jurors, and he was the only one that was removed, by the way. Eh? He was the only one that was removed, you know. So the system is not ready. They still went ahead and tried the case anyway and sent him to prison. Had it not been for the Privy Council, he would have died there. He would not have been a free man. See? He went to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court said, no, they must stay with the evidence that is there. In any other functioning democracy, that evidence cannot hold up. Them have to throw that. You know, hear me I tell you now? The Caribbean Court of Justice is not ready. It is not ready. Our courts back home, I not yet trust them, I tell you the truth. Me not trust them yet. And when you see the operation of people like Seymour Panton, Senior Justice Seymour Panton, and how he behave. You know, see how he behave on national TV. You know, see how he behave. When we had that special sitting at the select committee, you know, see how he behave. You know, just imagine the amount of people where Seymour Panton send a jail and send a prison because I'm personal feelings and not the guidelines. In the Privy Council, there is no personal feelings there. They are neither affiliated to the PNP nor the JLP. They only look at the evidence. In Vibes Cartel case, the evidence said that this was tampered with and a juror was found to be trying to corrupt the other jurors. That is a cause for a mistrial. Throw the case, it done. That is justice. The system is set like that for a reason. The system is set like that for a reason. Had he been to the CCJ, he would have stayed at prison. I can tell you no. Because the CCJ is packed with people who is affiliated to the PNP. And I see him PNP at come out and tell him say they love him. Because they want to vote. Our justice system is filled with PNP, packed with them, and they never release him, I say we stay with the Privy Council. That is the right thing to do. If we stay with the Privy Council, and over the next 10 years, we strengthen our justice system. Tear out who fi tear out from there, remove all of who corrupt, and then we can bring the final appellate court on board. We need to strengthen our legislature, we need to strengthen our judiciary, we need to strengthen all our security apparatus first. Jamaica is still building up on all of these things. Jamaica is still a very corrupt place as it relates to the judiciary. I can tell you no. And all we know it is best for final court stay at the Privy Council for now until we can fix those things. So Mark Golding holding on to, I remember something. If it was not for the Privy Council and the CCJ issue, Mark Golding would have another problem somewhere else. May I tell you no? But you know the good thing is, may I tell you the good things. The very fact that there is 2 sections of it that went to the House and pass. See? That means the ball is already rolling. So you see, because that happened, we can get round Mark Golding. So make him continue to carry on. We will have to go round him. And that's going to happen. Either do say people work assiduously to find a way around. And there's a way around. There is definitely a way around how he's behaving. And me guarantee you now, if you put it to a vote, if you go out in the street right now and ask the people of Jamaica whether PNP or JLP if Jamaica should be independent, all of them will tell you that Jamaica should be independent. PNP and JLP. Man in Dujon, I would like you to do a research about Russian backside company rural ownership, the Privy Council. They left Russia and went to the Privy Council. Yeah, that about Rocky. Which Russia you attack? Russia is state of Russia. Let us fix the other stuff and look at the final court later. That is what the Prime Minister is saying, Michelle. That is what the Prime Minister is saying. There's nothing wrong with the final court. It's just that whenever the PNP go there for bullshit, the people then call them bullshit and say a foolishness. Every time they carry the government go to court because the government do something to fix the country, then carry the government go to court, and when the government carry them a Privy Council, the government win. So then win a Jamaica, and win a Jamaica court, and carry them a Privy Council, the government win. So that's a Mark Golding big problem now. See? That time problem now. And when I'm glad you said that, Janet. So all of who are complaining about Free Beach and King own beach, the day after we get the King removed as head of state, all of we beach they're free. By the way, it is the PNP who gave the King the beaches. Norman Manley to be exact. Mark Golding is a scourge on Jamaica. A scourge. Mark Golding is an aberration, my people. What am I do there? I can't wait to wake up from this dream. I don't see Mark Golding. I can't wait to wake up out of this dream and see Mark Golding gone and put back a function in a proper Jamaican in an opposition seat. By the way, PNP was there, PNP was there for 19 years. One time they run the country outright. Outright, they run every municipality, they run almost all I see them, and they run all I Senate one time. How comes they never move Jamaica to a republic? How comes? My paper. Jamaica is in for the longest 5 year of our life, my paper. Longest 5 year of our life. Winner. Mark Golden gonna do everything for frustrate Jamaica and frustrate with and develop. What's so hard in a Mark Golden agreeing and say, all right, Prime Minister, we're gonna stay with the Privy Council. But over the next 10 years, we must transition from the Privy Council. I say 5. Over the next 5 years, we must transition from the Privy Council to a court in Jamaica. Nothing hard for Mark Golden say that, and then we can move the process along. By Mark Golden saying the CCJ come with independence. So that means Mark Golden tell us if Andrew not choose CCJ, then Jamaica can't get independence. And that Mark Golden tell we, you know. This white man coming out of the country and tell us if we black prime minister not choose CCJ, what we vote for, we can't have independence. And that Mark Golden tell we, you know. And that Mark Golden tell we, say if we, you know, if Andrew not agree to CCJ being the final court, then we can't get independence. And that him a try to tell we. Why? My people. Me no know. Me try my best to keep on the restraint. Me try my best, my people, to keep the wheels on. Me try my best to not press the gas too hard, my people. Eh? Man, I try to tell we say we can't get independence because if final court have to be CCJ. And that the man I try to tell we, you know. So somebody has a repatriation to Africa. If you want nobody now to repatriate to Africa, Africa not free, sir. Jamaican can travel go Africa, you know. A Ghana, we allow to go back to Ghana, live in Nigeria. So if nobody now to repatriate, if you want to go and take up, you know, no restriction, no visa restriction, my G. Just take up your passport and travel go on back to Africa, no. Where you wait for with her. If you want to go on, no. I want today people here. We don't see in Jamaica we are trying to fix up. We are trying to fix up the country for ourselves. Anybody want to repatriate go to Africa, no go on. You don't no visa, you don't need no visa, you just pack up and go on. It's plain and simple as that. We beach, they not going nowhere, you know. UN, and I like so they can pack up and go nowhere. The Prime Minister have ultimate responsibility for the beach because the beach is crown land. And the government control crown land. See? But true people say crown land, they must say, yo, I king. But the beach, they not going nowhere. They just make them in a crown land so people could buy them. See? But the Prime Minister have ultimate responsibility for it. We can access all our beach them in Jamaica. Yes, they are private beach. People buy them piece of land in front of the beach and, you know, down the beach to the bush and the people them throw sand there and chop down the bush and I use the beach. And now bad mind PNP want to go and tell the people them say they have a free up beach. So make one take a cutlass and chop out the bush and throw sand there and dump up the beach and use it before the people them buy a piece of land in front of it. Anybody want to go to Africa and pack up and go on, man. Pack up and go on. And say I fix up the country. The country I fix by the hook or the crook. Anybody want to pack up and go on, go on. See? More land for the rest away. More girl for the rest away. When someone no boy pack up and go on, go on. And lift up. When I left on a sister, or a mother and auntie there. I don't care no brother them, no go on, no papa, no grandpapa, no go on. See? Go on, do fool over. Fool. We need to go back to Africa. Can nobody? Who need to go back to Africa? Can nobody stop in? Exactly. Who want go on? You know, go on, sir. Already we can take a look too. I can look for no. But go on, go fix up over there. Help fix up over there. Because they want to fix up to just like we. This is someone who I eat that. We say, yo, we say, so I yesterday we see one clip with one artist girl a ball, so she go a Nigeria and go to one party and them beat her, feel her up teeth or something, them give her 2 black eye. Eh? Them want to fix themselves over there. So all who want to pack up and go on. Because you must eat that. Come like you don't watch TV. You don't turn around the yard and fix up in the yard and tap go a people place go fix up it. See? And tap go like you don't eat that. And the one them way they are people place, you make certain you contribute to the upliftment of the yard. You make certain you do that. Because that's what me do. So you can't talk to me. Mark Golding is holding up the process. Big up in a Benji. Because Mark Golding want to personally attack Andrew Holness. That is why, you know. Because he believes, say, Andrew Holness is subservient to him. And Andrew Holness is beneath him. I know look a boy from Spanish town is supposed to tell him, white man, rich Golding, what he do. At that time problem, you know. I say all who want to go on to Nigeria, Kimberley, and go on about 10,000 naira for a loaf of bread. Or don't go on. All who want to pack up and go on, don't go on. Congo in a war. Sierra Leone want to fix up. Ethiopia where Rasta they love. Make you not go on. Rasta. The people them head bigger than them body. Ethiopia hungry and kill them. They want to fix every one of them country they want to fix up. Right now probably Uganda and Kenya and couple others stand out right now. But majority of countries in Africa, in a whole continent, in a melee. That's what I know say someone in a bright, you know. I know say someone in a bright, you know, dunce. I tell you the people. I will listen to the rest of the newscast. I see if nothing else in it. I mean, listen to it, you know.
Meanwhile, Mr. Golding has also rejected the suggestion that the matter of the final court may go to an indicative referendum. He's holding firm to the belief that the parliament is the appropriate mechanism for changing Jamaica's final appellate court. This is despite Minister Chuck suggesting that if the opposition remains unwilling to compromise, the government may have to put the matter to the Jamaican people in a non-binding referendum.
We believe that the Constitution should be applied, and the Privy Council, which is our...
So you see, there's a way around it. So let me tell you now, I'm find this out the other day. Let me just tell you now, because I'm telling somebody this morning. So, we put it to a vote in the parliament. PNP vote no because we need a 2/3 majority. See? When they vote no, we put it to the vote again. See? When we put it to the vote again, they are going to vote no again because we need a 2/3 majority. You see, after the vote there, we need a 3/5 majority. See? So we put it to the vote again, they are going to vote no again. Call a snap election. In that snap election, we tell the Jamaican people, we are going to this election because we want Jamaica to give us the mandate to move to an independent, to move to a republic. If and when the Jamaican people vote for the government as it relates to going to a republic and re-voting the government, that will be the mandate. That will be the mandate to tell the people of Jamaica that we will push through whatever the cost, whatever it is, because the Jamaican people who is supreme, and them vote for the government and instruct the government. So we will be asking the people to instruct us, or to tell us where to go now. See? So when the people vote for the government, they are literally telling them, yes, go ahead. Whatever it takes, go ahead. So not what the opposition say, we don't have to listen to it that time. See, we can also do it without a snap election, but that would be the quickest route to take that night. See? So we go to the election and we tell them, say, yo, vote for us. We need to move to a republic. If the people vote in the government, back, that is the mandate to tell them, say, yo, go ahead and do what you do. Whatever the opposition say, we are go over their head. See? And that is it. So there's a way around it, my people. There's always a way around things. There's people that believe that there were no way around it. There's always a way around things. But you have to look on the wording of the Constitution. See? And if there were never a way around it, the government would have just left you alone. See? But Mark Golding, we want the opposition to be involved in what is going on in the country. This is our democracy. See, this is a parliamentary democracy, and we want them to just come on board and everybody move as a collective. See? Well, I believe that majority of Jamaicans want independence, and I believe if we ask them that, they will move to it. You know?
Court presently has already indicated what is the procedure for establishing a new final court, and that procedure does not involve a referendum, and so we don't feel it's proper to put that matter to the people in a referendum. And there's no country, former country of the British Empire, that has departed from the Privy Council as their final court via a referendum procedure for good reason. And we know that the politicization of that process would be inevitable, and it's not considered to be appropriate to subject.
You know why? Because you know why Michael said that? Because he knows if if you ask the Jamaican people by way of a referendum, do they want to leave the monarchy? Even PNP, I go say yes. So him, I go lose if him go on his side where I say no. So that's why I say this.
A final court for that kind of highly partisan discussion and debate that would necessarily arise in a referendum procedure.
Mark Golding, opposition leader. You're listening to Nationwide News at 5.
Commission has 3 new directors. Craig Beresford is the new executive director. Ronif Lawrence replaces Keisha Prince Kamika as Director of Corruption Prosecution, while Joette Jones is the new Director of Information and Complaints. She replaces Craig Beresford in that role. She previously served as the Commission's Manager of Declarations. But as we hear in this report from Dana Davey, at least one of the appointments could prove controversial.
The appointments were made by the Governor General at King's House on Wednesday. They follow sustained questions from civil society and subsequent news of a standoff between the Office of the Governor General and the Integrity Commission.
So, here where the problem, here me find out this morning, that night. The Prime Minister do not have the power to just call a referendum. A referendum still need a 2/3 majority. So we have to move to an election, only an election where we ask the people, say, we are only asking you to elect us on this basis. This is the only reason we are going to the polls. We need to move Jamaica to a republic, and Mark Golding is standing in the way. Could you tell us what to do? If you vote yes, then you're instructing us to move to a referendum no matter what case. So no matter what Mark Golding say, he could have go a court house still in tired. The Jamaican people have said that we want public. See? But Mark Golding know that Prime Minister can't just call a referendum. He don't have the power there. So that's the problem really there. See? There's also another way as well.
All the proper procedure to be used. It's understood the recommendations had been made from as far back as July. The Integrity Commission Act mandates that the Governor General shall appoint the Commission's directors on the advice of the 5 commissioners. But the Governor General objected, insisting that the Integrity Commission had not followed the prior administrative precedent. With the Integrity Commission backing down, Sir Patrick has made the appointments. The most controversial among the 3 new hires is likely to be Ronif Lawrence. He becomes the Commission's top prosecutor. Lawrence's prior acting appointment drew the ire of senior government lawmakers over his reported close relationship with PNP General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell. Dr. Campbell is reportedly a longtime friend of Mr. Lawrence. He's alleged to have served as best man at Lawrence's wedding. So incensed were the government legislators that they wrote to the chairman of the Integrity Commission, Carol Lawrence Beswick, regarding the matter. While the lawmakers claimed at the time they were not questioning Lawrence's professional qualifications, they did point out that the close relationship between the two men raised questions of fairness and justice. At the time, retired Justice Beswick dismissed the complaint from the senior lawmakers. She insisted that evidence of improper conduct was required for her to act. Under the Integrity Commission Act, the Director of Corruption Prosecution is responsible for making decisions as to whether to initiate criminal prosecutions based on referrals from the Commission's Director of Investigations. His decisions can only be reviewed by the Director of Public Prosecutions. Dana Davey for Nationwide News.
World in a Minute is brought to you by...
Big up Nationwide for the audio, my people. Why? Me don't know my people. I don't know what to tell you. People like Renee Florence should not even be nowhere near the Integrity Commission. But me can't bother forgetting the Integrity Commission wranglings right now. See? Me can't bother. It is just so, my people. It is just so corrupt. And I believe that they should disband it. I honestly believe that. There are persons who believe that they need reform and, you know, forget out the people. I believe it should be disbanded. It should be finished. You know, hear me I tell you? How you got a point personal friend of Dayton Campbell? We don't know say PNP have an agenda against the Prime Minister. They lie and tear on the Prime Minister. How do we know? What certainty do we have that this brother won't work in the interest of his one of his best friend? How do we know that? Eh? The government of Jamaica said that you cannot employ your family members. If you work for government, if you hold a government office, you can't employ your family members. Why? Because there's a good chance, you know, that you and your family member might conspire and do criminal activity. See? So, I would say, in a position where you find that a person is best friends with other person's political opponent, and they are bum chums that sits together. See? How do we know? How do we know that it was not Renif who was sending Dayton Canberra Mark Golding all kind of information? Remember, you know, at plenty of times Mark Golding came on TV and Mark Golding said, this and that I go file, this and that under investigation before we even see anything table in a parliament. How do Mark Golding know and Dayton Canberra know them things there? No, most of them I get it from. We are not idiot. We are idiot. Eh? How most of them it come from? Then can ball up about illicit enrichment because when the Prime Minister winning case, which he will, whole heap of head a go roll. Whole heap of people have to go step aside. And if you lock up Seymour Panton and Greg Christie, then if you lock them up, send them to prison for treason. Prime Minister's wife is Speaker of the House because she is a member of Parliament in her own right. She does not hold a cabinet position. So, because she's a member of Parliament in her own right, that makes her eligible for Speaker of the House. So what is wrong with that? During the PNP time, we never have two brothers in a Parliament and one of them did a Speaker of the House. We never had no problem with that then time. I want to know PNP, I'm making no done so and stupid. Eh? in the House of Parliament, she's not the Prime Minister wife, she's the Speaker of the House. She's a woman in her own right. Can make up her own mind. She not live in her man's shadow. She could have her yard, sit down and live off her man like no for no. See? But she out there and make a name for herself. So no need to have some ambition. And I'll come off a lady back. No for no bad mind, no bad mind, because no could sit down in that chair there. It is not a conflict of interest. She's well within her right. She's well within her right. My people. I don't know what they think a Speaker House do. They think a Speaker House control money and then something there. She's just there to keep the order and keep the rule in her house, you know. That's her only job, you know. She not deal with no paperwork or no integrity paperwork and then something there, you know. Our job is to enforce the rules of the house and the standing order of the house. So what do you think a Speaker do? I want to them mad people here. How they come from? How they done, so? Eh? I want to think the Speaker do. The Speaker not do nothing more than keep the rules and the order of the house and the duty of the house. He not do nothing else. There's a father and son over PNP now. A conflict of interest that. Eh? Because them people don't understand the role of Speaker, you know. That's why they must say this and that. Because them think say Speaker over there control money and control integrity commission evidence. When they table a report in the house, the report is tabled. When a report is tabled, what usually happen? The investigation done when the report table, you know. How she go suppress the investigation now when the report table because the investigation is completed? Somebody tell me. And this is why we always are telling us so big and so and don't. Mighty God of Daniel. When a report is tabled in the House of Parliament is because the people who are investigating have done the investigation and complete it and it go to Parliament for table now. To go on the records. That is what happened. People will say the Prime Minister will get investigated and report table in a Parliament and wife Heidi. Her wife Heidi, investigation done. If they did find nothing, you would go for table. What up to them mad people? Right? I don't know. I don't know what we are going to do. Let me repeat. Few people them in a back high class. When a report is tabled in the House of Parliament, it's because the investigation is completed. If in that investigation they found anything, they would have acted upon it for either charge the individual or fine him or her. He would go to Parliament for go table. Mighty God of Daniel. Boy, my people. We country in a turmoil, we country have a opposition dictator. From my born, never see this yet, you know. We have an opposition dictator. We have an opposition dictator in our world. Jamaica managed to find itself with an opposition dictator. Eh? How we end up here so Jamaica? Because of PNP lickiness and gluttonousness and cravenness and crabbitness. And that's how we end up with this opposition dictator, you know. Because through PNP delegate them hungry and crave and crab it for people money. Then say Mark Golding and say Mark Golding a millionaire. He might come with a whole heap of money in a party. We're not going to lose no election and the whole of we are going to top hungry. Couple years ago, I see Mark Golding give a lady one box in a box, Christmas time. And as him come with the box flick open and the camera look. White rice and curry gravy Mark Golding put in a old lady hand. In a Mark Golding constituency. Not even 2 table Mark Golding no get. If you put the old people them round, if you sit down and people them have to sit down and eat out of box in their hand. And that don't want to happen to it. Only watch this Christmas. When the Prime Minister going in constituency if you got deal with the elderly them. Finest cutlery and wares. Fine dining for the elderly them. Eh? I don't have this a big sour bullfrog here. I hold up the whole of the country progress. I want to know an idiot. I saw Kong one on in the head top. My friend front of me, man. We know now watch out the dance, you know. A man pa Facebook, the dog say he hate me so till he anyway, you see me with pity in my face. Me dare him. Me dare him for try. I dare him. Anyway, you see me boss, you pity in my face. And I will beat you black, green and gold. I promise. I promise. Oh. Boy, we don't know the people. We don't know we need to get out of this this plate, this state that we are in with the opposition dictator. We need to do something about it. I will literally, come on for the live, and cut out one of my information giving clips out of live. Just when I part when I give information. And I post it on Facebook. And you can't believe that people who call themselves Jamaican argue with me. Because I give me people them information. I talk about factual information where they can use for better their life. There's people who call themselves PNP who is on there arguing with me. Because I give people them information where can help them with their life. Eh? People might go like say me I don't know nobody. I mean I know family. I mean I come from nowhere. And nobody don't know me. I saw them a behave. Anyway, I don't see me. I don't try. I don't see what happen. I don't try. No ambition. They don't have Janet. No whatsoever. One of my biggest clip over Facebook, it got 200,000 views, my people. When I cuss PNP, I said them a dirty day. If I them attack me party, all of these go follow me and help me war them. Because I don't tap war them, As soon as they say something when I like me and them back and forth in the comment section. Mighty God, I don't know what to tell my people. Me try my best. Me see all big people, we are elderly people to me. I don't know Westmoreland. Bex with me. Come here and say, doing fast, they don't do nothing. And I truth, they don't do nothing. PNP don't do nothing. And the people they bex with me because of that. Truth me and say they don't do nothing. Eh? Make them wish time to come because them are going to suffer. Them are going to suffer, You think how we? Big up in Anne-Marie. read the comment. The mentality of PNP is not to uplift themselves and move forward with the choices of time. With the changes of time, sorry. That is why time gone left them and they think time come. Big up yourself with the ball. Them want me to stop talk, yes. But me not gonna stop talk. Me not stop talk. PNP no do nothing for we down at Westmoreland. You know, do nothing for we because there's a select few of people down there where can mobilize the PNP them. And then sit down with the bare minimum. And do nothing with themselves and not accept nothing. And sit down with the bare minimum. And that a foolishness. You know, like me said last night, for the amount of years though we loyal to them down there, then should have fixed up a giveaway. That should have been one of them top priority if you say alright. And this is what I tell my government, you see the 35 seat what we have. Make certain you do everything in a them. Do not leave not even the puss or the rat behind. Make certain say you turn in 35 seat in a stronghold because as long as we have them, PNP can never win back another election. Not even one time. You know, hear me I tell you? You know, make certain, me know you listen to me, you know, hear me I tell you, make certain you spend every dollar in a them fix up. And make certain everybody in a them get what they want. Because as long as we have them 35 there, PNP can't win another election in a Jamaica. They must see we and wish we well. So to make certain to turn them in a stronghold. I'm going to tell you about my clip. You hear me say I don't want to steal out my clip. Eh? I'm going to tell you say I don't want to steal out my clip. What I'm doing now? We have a new clip, you know. We have a new clip. We run a new clip.
Roads are in a state of disrepair and people are worried about
House of Representatives. It was
I also want to speak on behalf of some of my colleagues who welcomed the Spark program, which should have been addressing some of the roads and drains in their various constituencies. The reports I have received, Madam Speaker, is that some of those roads have been dug up, pipes have been burst.
Sharon said Nigerian people are suffering. It look like Sharon now watch she watch live, but she dey far behind. You know, all Africa suffer most of it. Just few countries in Africa I do well. You know, the rest of country them they in a turmoil. You know, they in a turmoil. So all who want go on back to Africa, no go on. You can go help build up Africa too. What I'm doing now. And we need to save the labor right. Time come.
Why are you crying?
PNP members and supporters who gathered at the party's headquarters were taken through the full range of emotions. Each seat won, cue celebrations. But each seat lost, cue silence.
75 of 80 boxes, the incumbent Donovan Williams seeking to hold it for the JLP.
Then around 10 p.m., reality set in. It wasn't their night.
I think we're winning this election. I know I'm wrong, but there's about on every cigarette.
But it also meant 3 straight defeats in a general election. Hundreds of dejected supporters headed for the gates. But those are the ones who had strength to walk. Others, broken by the loss, had to find support by leaning against walls or railings. They cried openly.
We really do it, brother.
You were saying something about sufferation. What do you mean?
The country has sufferation. And the government now, everybody ever did. Me not ask Christ. Because the don't care about nobody more than himself.
But people, I think Labour winning us, so I think we might dead. So no check if we're not dead there. Let me check, see if me dead. I don't know, you know. I might have did dead. I don't know. What do you think? Wanna check on the there? What the dead part? How do you feel on the dead?
Why are you crying?
Yeah. Oh, look what it feels. We are got dead.
PNP members and supporters who gathered at the party's headquarters were taken through the full range of emotions.
By the way, I know what woman people, I want homosexual. See?
Each seat won, cue celebrations. But each seat lost, cue silence.
75 of 80 boxes, the incumbent Donovan Williams seeking to hold it for the JLP.
Then around 10 p.m., reality set in. It wasn't their night.
I think we're winning this election. I don't know what went wrong, but there's about an every cigarette.
But it also meant 3 straight defeats in a general election. Hundreds of dejected supporters headed for the gates. But those are the ones who had strength to walk. Others, broken by the loss, had to find support by leaning against walls or railings. They cried openly.
Really, dude, brother?
You were saying something about sufferation. What do you mean?
The country has sufferation, and I live government now. Everybody ever did. Me not ask Christ. Because they don't care about nobody more than himself. Me, she not get a work from them. Yeah? So we don't want the country to come back to PNP, because PNP is for the poor. Everybody is for the rich.
Mommy, why are you crying?
I'm not sure I can take 5 more years out of this, because let me tell you something. Under the Labour government, you can't buy food. You work and you can't hardly maintain yourself. You can't pay rent. You can't do nothing at all to help yourself.
I'm going home to cry. I wasn't crying here.
I think they will repatriate. They do that to Africa. People will beat the first one Africa and kill him. The one they not go make it. But you know they might have used for the second one. Right? I tell them people. Hey people, let me tell you something. You see laziness. So when you're lazy, time now wait for nobody. And when you sit around idly and sit around and you not be productive, your life just fly past you. You look, you're 60, 70, and when you look around and you don't have nothing. Me can't afford that. That's why I don't see me get up and me gonna work. See? I may have multiple bills I pay. I may have to look after my children them. I'm a woman. See? I may have to take care of myself too. So I don't have time for loaf around. So if you as a man or even a woman sitting around and you don't want to be productive, when you quit your life, run out and you don't end up with nothing. We have to think about the future Jamaica. And this is where this government has brought Jamaica. For us to look towards our future. For many years we sit down as Jamaicans and we not achieve nothing. Country-wise me attack, the country not achieve nothing. So much so that we got so, what you call it now? We got so used to not having anything. This is why you hear people now say, nothing still not go on. Eh? You hear me say, nothing still not go on. Some people still say, yo, me not see nothing not go on because of that then say, throughout the years, refuse to go do nothing. Then go a one look job interview and interview manager say, yo, you not fit the criteria this time. Babylon for go suck them, mama. Yo, me no go back, me no look, no work. I said then go on. And government this, a fight against poor people. So then go on. You see the brand? When name Hello Kitty. You know the brand there? About 3,000 times they reject the brand there. And the people they not give up. Today the brand they worth 80 billion pound. 80 billion pound. Me not give up on nothing, you know. I don't give up on nothing. Me not give up. No care how the odds are against me. Me still a try. Still a try. Because I want something for myself and for my family. I want to achieve something for myself and my family. So when I'm dead, none of my girl pitney there now if you go live with no man we have brutalize them. They have them things. Because me set that for them. That's how me want to live. And if me dead for my woman, my things are me left behind. Must can share for everybody alright. She not have to go run down the man. For give her nothing. Because she alright. And anyway she go run down now. When time she dead, don't bury her side of me. Me and her left. See? Them the kind of thing they want program. Wealth for generation them. Mark Gold in Avi, you know. Peter Bunt in Avi. Most I PNP them. Have it. But they don't want you forget it. So Mark Gold in there standing here with independence. Mark Gold in standing in our way our progress. And how our country progress. So we people then can progress. Just imagine the pride and joy. What we are going to feel for know say yo nobody now watch you is a Jamaican. Our head of state now. Jamaica not born a Jamaica and grow a Jamaica is our head of state. You never see King Charles a Jamaica yet? King Charles ever come a Jamaica yet? You never see it yet? You not been alive longer than me, no for no. Have you guys ever seen King Charles in Jamaica? I've never seen it in my lifetime. So if he has been in yours, well then. But I've never seen it. Mark Golding is holding up. Holding our progress as a nation. All of the building blocks that Andrew Holness is putting in place now is to better all of us as a nation. I've seen Prince Harry and his wife, and I see Meghan, I see William and Fim wife. But me never see. I know the Queen came and the Queen daughter came. Me never see Prince Charles. You know. I'll have to go and check the archives to see if me see him. But when Jamaica gained independence, the Queen could not attend, so she sent her daughter. The Princess Royal. She sent her. I remember that. I remember watching that. See? I have never seen him, so that's why I ask you. We have a duty as men and father to our generations. See, we have a duty. to look after our family. We have a duty to look after our homes. A government has a duty to make certain that the basic amenities are there. Road, water, light, healthcare, and the country security and finances is there. Everything else are brought in, and the government do a good job. We don't have healthcare in 100, but it better than enough place. We don't have light in 100, but it better than enough place. We don't have water in 100, but it better enough place. If you don't only know how blessed Jamaica is, you know if you take the policies of government and go and better yourself, you and your household. We tired to live hand to mouth. That's a PNP thing. If you give you $2,500 so you can go sit down, it better you go to work and collect 30,000 at the end of the week. Or 15,000 at the end of the week. Soon 32,000. It better you go to work and collect that than 2,000. 32,000 is enough than 2,000. Why? You got inconvenience because you want to skin out in your yard. Go and be a productive member. Cleaver did say me never see him in my lifetime. I wasn't around in the 70s. Say me never see him in my lifetime. I see Harry and his wife, and I see William and his wife. I know about the Princess Royal from our independence documentary. And that me say, me never see nothing else. Me never see Charles of Jamaica. Me never see him. That's why me ask you. That me say, you know. Time for we get up and do something. I continue to tell you no. I not quarrel. I just answer what you say. I not quarrel. Cleve. Or Cleve Sunderland or however you pronounce it. I don't remember that. I was around in 2000, 2008. I don't remember. I have to go check like me say. I chew my people. Chew Shanice I tell. I chew Janet a long time. Shanice I hunt me down, you know. Long time I hunt me down and I tell him, say, girl, go right in front of me, you know, because I don't want no man, you know. No move up. See? A joke. Yeah. Michelle say if you tell Michelle I talk to you, Shanice. Michelle say if you tell her story. Yeah. Tell Michelle a story. we're gonna tell a story, my people, but we're going to do it on the next channel when we keep on telling about. See? So we're going to do a sit down and we are going to tell you guys how we met and all of these things. You know? We're going to tell you. Yeah, we're going to tell you over there, man. Don't worry. We're come with some massive things over there, you know. We're not going to see. We're not going to see in our life. I'm not gonna see how Shanice miserable. I love trouble people. I'm not gonna say, I know me. A Shanice, and that's where I get it from. Shanice rub off by me. See? So no go and go follow the next channel. You know. The next channel is called DUJON'S. Right? In a last probably 4 video, 2 of them me place the link in the description and in the comment section. So I don't know if you do a click on the link and subscribe over there. And when we tell the story, we have moved the channel to subscription only. So if you're not subscribed, you can't watch the video. That we are gonna do now. Can't too corrupt. So long me I beg you to go over there, go subscribe. No subscripts me, no man. Maybe we're gonna help. Maybe we're gonna help me, no man. Help me, no sister. Me a church out behind. Boss me, no man. You never see me I get a 10 or a 15 grand. Boss me. PNP never educate them followers. That is why they are so dunce. I don't believe all the PNP have labor dunce too, you know. The one them sit down in the yard and go vote. And very dunce. And almost make PNP scrape through. You could I imagine? Mark Golding had scrape through. Mighty God of death. Alright, big up to yourself, all who subscribe already. We have gone probably about 31 subscription by this. You know, we want to get probably about 300 by the time we drop a video. We're working on it, my people. So we're going to do a sit down and tell you what go on. You know, we probably all have some next little mix up food, but we are work out it. You see me, I say, we are decide if we go down the road there. You know, you just type in DUJON'S. Some people are going to type in and still can't find it. So here what happen. When I come on for the live, I'll put the link in the comment section and in the video description. So just click on the description or click in the comments. The link will already be there. Just click on the link and just subscribe. See? Anyways, we almost gone 2 hours already. I need to go cook. I need to go wash. I need to clean up my place. I need to spread up my bed. I need to go bathe. I need to do all of these things, my people. So I will soon this evening. Just go back after the video drop and check for the link. Please, I just click on the link, my people. See? And I will soon at 6 p.m. This evening, Jamaica time. Right? Big up on yourself. Much love. Shower liberates.